Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from I Love Puppets, and here on I Love Puppets, we are discussing the latest episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5. I believe it's called The Truth. And joining me, of course, we have RDV. Hello, RDV.
How's it going, Mr. Puppet?
It's Puppetine, but I'm doing okay. I am excited to talk about this episode. Where we left off, we'll do a quick recap. John Walker had just killed one of the One World Order terrorist organization. Unjustifiably, because he did not actually kill said guy. But
he is a dick.
Yeah. John Walker runs away. And he's basically crying.
He's having a panic attack. Yeah. That's what it is. Because he's mentally unstable. He killed a guy. Now he knows he's pretty much screwed. It's all over the internet and everything. And like you said, he takes his attitude. After the fight, there's a huge big fight. It's probably the best thing I've been waiting for the whole entire these past episodes. I've been waiting for Walker to basically get his butt handed to him. Mm-hmm. And it actually was good, and then there are consequences. This is the second to last episode, so I feel like I need at least 7 episodes. I need 2 more because it felt like they put a lot into this, and I feel like we need extended cut. Because there's things I want to know. I want to know what happens to Zemo at the end of this. I want to know.
No, we know exactly what's happening to Zemo.
Well, yeah, but in between him, where was he this whole entire time? Remember, he ran away. I want to know where Zemo went to. I want the Zemo cut.
He went to Sokovia, Sokovia. He went to the monument.
Yeah, but in between, before, remember, Bucky was doing all his other stuff in this episode before he even went over there. Finally, went over there. So I want to know what the time period was. Did Zemo being a villain? Zemo always has a strategy. You think he has? Remember, he has the purple mask. He wouldn't grab the purple mask unless he planned on doing something diabolical.
I don't know.
It just feels anticlimactic. If he's just going to go with Wakanda's at the end of this episode, be like, "Yeah, I'll go back to jail. I'll go to the raft. I'm good." What did he do? That's what I don't know.
We might see him in the next episode.
I hope so.
And he might get free. Bum. But I'm not sure. They've already had the Zemo cut, don't you know? They had the hour-long edition of the Zemo cut. No. I feel like we'll get more on Zemo. Probably. There's no guarantees. I don't know. I really feel it winding down to an end. I think the end could have been bigger because they're planning this one last massive attack, this new One World Order.
One World, One Order.
Yeah, that's right. One World, One Order. That's
wow.
Basically what they are.
That sounds like that's similar to what's going on in the world right now. NATO.
Well, we have a Maranya in the audience. Hello, Maranya. Nice to see you. Let me go ahead and read some comments. I agree. They put too much story sausage in the episode casing. Mm-hmm. There isn't any fat story-wise. It's just overlooked with good bits that are really should have been stretched to 12 episodes. I thought it would be 12 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they figured they didn't need it.
Is this only a season, or is there going to be a second season?
I don't know that. I really don't.
Because I know WandaVision was setting up to go into Doctor Strange 2. Is this going into a movie?
I don't know. I really.
Are we getting another Captain America movie?
No.
With Falcon?
Fairly
Falcon America?
Falcon America. Red, white, and bird.
The bird is the word. The American bird.
Bird. That's right. But basically, yeah, we have the fight scene, and the rest of this episode is really kind of toned down.
Yep.
Because after they defeat Walker, Sam is given the shield by Bucky. Bucky, like, tosses it down next to him. He leaves it pretty much for him. And Sam is considering what to do. He talks to Isaiah. What's the last name? Bradley?
Bradley, yes.
Yeah. Isaiah Bradley. And
that was a tough scene to get through. I kind of felt like fast forwarding it. It just felt slow to me.
It was.
I was like, it's like, I understand the whole thing, Isaiah. You've been treated badly, and they did all this to you, and this the whole talk. And like I said, I don't want to get political on this at all. I just felt like it just, was, well, not needed. You could have cut down a lot of it down, seen it, and got to the next stuff. Because he went there for, I guess, for what? For closure to talk to him, or do you want to know?
Sam in this episode, he's considering what to do because giving the shield, the government just threw it into Walker's hands and said, "Okay, this is a new cap now," and Sam has to decide what he wants, and so he wants to talk to, well, the only other person he knows with the super soldier serum, with that didn't go well, crazy like Walker, Isaiah Bradley, and Isaiah says pretty much that a black man can never be Captain America, and Sam doesn't blame his viewpoint. But he feels, pretty much at the end of this, that shield represents so much more than all that's been fought for, all the blood, sweat, and tears. It wouldn't be worth it if that shield isn't picked up again. And we get training montages. And you know what?
I gotta admit, I've already seen this training montage. It's been advertised in the trailer on YouTube constantly in the ads for them. And I'm sorry, there's no way Sam could catch the shield without breaking his arm. There's literally, where are they grabbing onto? Because if it's anything like the replica I have, there's a strap that goes around this arm, and there's a handle you grab onto. So if he's grabbing that and it's coming at that fast at him, yeah, nope, sorry. His hand, his wrist is breaking. It's snapping.
I really don't. I don't know.
Like, at this point, I can't. Do you see how Bucky can just catch it with his arm because he has a super soldier serum? So could Steve. But grabbing it, where you hold on to it when it's come back like that, no, sorry, it doesn't work that way.
Well,
the only way what they should have done is should have had like a magnetic thing like Tony Stark did for Steve. He had a little column, he had a little gauntlet he made. That way, it's a magnet. He can catch it that way. It would have made more sense.
I'm not sure how exactly he's doing that because it doesn't really make sense either way. Even with the super soldier serum, catching it like that and it being strapped to your arm suddenly doesn't make sense. Yeah. But this is a comic book show. You got to give some leeway. And I rationalize it as when Sam is throwing it, it makes sense that he can catch it himself just fine because it's based off of how he threw it. Whereas,
but did you see how he threw it? And he threw it the same way that Bucky was throwing it. So unless Bucky is like, boop,
but Bucky was throwing it with a little less oomph.
It was the same arm motion. It was the same arm motion. So it's like, as fast he's throwing the same speed as he was, but it's out because with super soldier serum, he shouldn't have to throw it the same way. His what's his name does it? His Falcon does it. So it's like the physics and logic was kind of like, okay, that was kind of weird, but Anyway, but
Well, I am going to go ahead and read some. Marania has given us some more comments. Thank you,
she gave
Marania.
us a paragraph.
Sam went there to get Isaiah's viewpoint. Basically, what I said.
Yeah.
He is considering taking the shield, and yeah, that's a heavy decision for him. And she says that Isaiah's viewpoint is colored. Pun is not intended by his time. He is a product of his time. And yeah, she's right. She's absolutely right. And she avoided all the spoilers and trailers for the series. Good on you. You know what? I did not know what exactly to expect of this show. And I have to admit, after I said that I felt like the first episode was really weak, it did get a lot better. And even this episode, I know there are going to be some people that go ahead and say, oh, this is the MCU state now. Oh, it's the end of the world.
Well,
I feel like it's going to be okay.
When this show was first announced, I knew what we're getting with Falcon, because Falcon's always he's serious, but he's also jokes a lot. And then you have Bucky, who's pretty much emo. So you kind of knew what you're getting.
A little less emo in this episode, and he gets to flirt with Sam's sister.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I guess I don't know if that's out of character for Bucky, but it was kind of funny though.
No. Bucky, whenever we see him in Avenger, he's this kind of a hotshot guy. It absolutely makes a.
Well, like I said, he was flirting with girls before the whole thing, Ben, first Avenger movie, before the whole Captain America thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, like after that, like always saw him at the beginning of this series was him just like he was on an actual date with the girl and he couldn't do it because he just felt so like distraught, and guilty, and all that stuff.
Yeah, but this is Sam's sister, so it's okay.
It's so.
We have a Breen in the audience. Hello. He's basically just saying what I said.
He's besmirching our. Oh my gosh! As long as he doesn't Breen smirch our comment section.
Breen is allowed in our comment section. I allow it. Puppet rule.
You have no control over your comments.
Indeed. So, Marania's saying that Bucky was a ladies' man in the first Avenger. Absolutely. Yep. And you know what? And maybe he's getting back to that because he is. I think this experience has been very good for him. And they part ways in this episode, and it's pretty solid. I am wondering though, what exactly is next for Bucky? Because Sam says that he needs to actually go get some closure. He needs to.
Well, we know he's going back to the old man whose son he killed. He's going to go tell him. He's going to come out and say, like, I killed your son.
Maybe.
If they don't do that, I'd be shocked because they really set it up. Otherwise, it's a pointless story.
No, I think you're right. I do. You know what? I didn't even think about that. It was in the first episode. Like I said, my least favorite episode.
I actually enjoyed it. We got to see Bucky brooding.
Well, I'm glad that he's not as broody right now. But
although but I want to point out though, mm-hmm. when we watched the fight scene in between Walker, Sam, and Bucky, you notice how Bucky's arm started sparking because he got damaged.
Mm-hmm.
John Walker ends up getting his arm snapped, and then after this, they pretty much it was kind of like a really just like slugfest. They had to do this, because Sam had to get his wings ripped off. Had to be damaged, otherwise, So I'm curious: is the new suit going to have wings too, or is he just going to have the shield?
I'm wondering that too, and I think he's going to have the wings. And Probably. You know what? I'm going to actually have to talk about my human counterpart, Englentine. He has said that whenever there was the in-game review, I remember watching, he talked about how he felt like this was far more natural. Sam picking up the shield, or I mean, Steve giving him the shield. It just felt so much more natural, and I absolutely agree. I think this series actually has helped me fully understand that the title passing, and I think this was a very good progression point.
Marania is saying, well, first of all, hello, Snash the Fool. Saying,
Snatch face.
Sorry, I abbreviated, okay? All right, so then we got Marania saying, the story with the old man is like the trope of having the gun on the scene when the play starts, but at the end of the play, the gun has to be fired. In this, Bucky had to resolve it with the old man. Now, when I first read that comment for the last sentence, I'm like, this is getting dark. You see, bringing a gun on, and going back to the verse, with brooding, emo Bucky, sad, distraught, having nightmares. But
why was your husband so mad at the end? Because they didn't actually show what was in the case?
Oh.
Because Bucky called in a few favors with the Wakandans to get Bucky.
Well, obviously he's got new vibranium wings.
Or sorry, Sam.
I would imagine it is.
I imagine so too. So he will have vibranium wings match his shield.
The best part, he opens it up and it's like the freaking was it? What was it? The Homecoming Spider-Man suit that Tony made. Oh, I can't wait till somebody starts editing that stuff and it's just him looking at the scene. It's like, what the hell is this crap?
Snatch Face is asking if it's over. No, there's one more episode, and they're pretty much setting it up to be the final confrontation with this one world order terrorist organization.
Well, let's get more down to the meat and potatoes. After the fight with an old Walker ends up getting his arm snapped by them. His arm's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I was surprised it didn't heal up fast, because super soldier serum, you heal. Anyway, apart from that, we have Walker going before the Senate's committee and stuff here in committee, and basically telling us, you don't know what, basically giving you don't know what it's like to be, what I do. You made me. He's like, I am Captain America. Basically he's like, just giving the whole thing. He starts, I thought he was gonna smash the podium he's on because his guy's arm is sling, but he's hitting it. I was like, dang. But what's awesome about this, we're introduced to another huge villain, Madam Hydra.
Yep.
Valentina Allegra Defante, played by Julie Dreyfus.
Mm-hmm.
She comes up there and basically says between you and me, they don't own the shield. It's a legal grave area. So it's like you're right. You did what you had to do. She's like, I would have done the same thing. You killed the guy. It's so basically she's offering him a job. She's like, when you and I call, you're gonna take this. It's gonna be like the most important decision. Tied with me marrying your wife. You're gonna So he's finally gonna become U.S. agent at the end of this, and I'm curious to see what the big fight's gonna be because even if he's gonna come back as U.S. agent because. Right now, they got it set up at the end of this with I forget her name is the ginger-haired terrorist girl. That's weird to have a ginger
Carla.
Carla, yes, it is. They're taking over. Was it the Pentagon or where were they at? United Nations. I can't remember what building it was in.
Is it the GRC?
The GRC. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the GRC.
Yes, because. Well, they don't want them to vote on restoring the borders as they were. I don't. Whenever I hear, "Oh, what does it take for us to be citizens of this planet?" You were from where you were. Go back to your country. I mean, honestly.
We're displaced, rounded up, and put in camps. No, you're not. I mean, if they wanted to serve their country or just become,
No, they don't want to serve a country. They want the world to fall under one order.
What?
So they don't want any borders.
All they had to do, they want open borders. Yeah. Yes, so I'm trying to stay non-political here because that's a whole can of worms.
I'm not trying to get political. I'm saying
I know. I'm just saying that I know they want open borders, but why don't they just create their own little country themselves?
They don't want that. They don't want their own country.
Of course, because they're Hydra 2.0.
But they don't see themselves that way. But they've gone too far. And I don't think there's any talking to them. And I think Zemo's absolutely right. And it's not to say that a villain is right.
Gee, that sounds like the whole thing when remember the whole campaign? Big Needle was right. Now it's Zemo is right.
Wasn't the campaign Thanos was right?
There's probably a bunch of Marvel things.
There's probably a lot of them, but
Thanos was right.
Zemo has done things that are wrong.
Thanos was right. They should have not. They never should have undid the blip. Everything was fine according to this group.
That's what they're saying. They are saying that millions of people losing their lives and turning into dust was better. And they're talking about, I'm trying to fight for millions of people. What about the millions of people that came back to life because they were killed all at once?
They weren't killed. They were just never
erased from existence.
Yes, they were never born.
They were dust in the wind.
Dust.
They were dust. Who say that they didn't exist anymore isn't exactly correct because they turned into dust. And that dust remained.
Did it?
Oh no.
It disappeared too.
Wow, go back to your country, xenophobic and racist. No, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it because they are in the US currently. I'm saying that they were from somewhere before. It's only been 5 years.
They're social media warriors. That's what they are.
For you. And if they don't, that's wrong of them, but you can't blame the entire world for that.
Pretty sure we talked about this on We've Got Issues over on Angleton. I Love Comics. But the new comic about the social media warriors.
Oh, I'm not going into that.
I'm just saying that's kind of what the show reminded me of. They have an app they use to fight back against the evil corporations.
You do notice that I just realized this.
That
whenever
no longer here
was talking to Carly, or was it Carla? It's something with a K.
I think it's Carla.
Yeah, Carla. He is one of the people that got disintegrated. He is one of those people, one of the millions and millions of people who were just snapped out of existence.
Yep.
So she is saying that his life doesn't matter. I'm going to tell her right now, Sam's life matters.
Does it though?
It does.
According to Isaiah, it doesn't.
Well, Isaiah, like I'm going to have to agree with Maranya. He is a product of his time. He went through a lot of bad shit. So he does get a pass. But
Coral.
He's definitely
It's
Coral.
A snatch.
Yes, Carl. But no, I think that just listening to them, they don't make any sense. They seriously are saying that they want things to go back to the way they were when millions of
people watching. Yes, sorry. You don't watch wrestling.
No, I don't. I've always been too wiggly for wrestling.
Wow.
See?
But Falcon lives do matter.
Falcon lives do matter. Because those people had friends and family. They've come back, and now it's 5 years later. But
And I was just thinking about that too, because remember, Hydra took over Shield and all that stuff. After World War II, they took over everything. Is it possible that Isaiah was being hounded by Shield, not Shield agents, but they were Hydra goons experimenting on him?
Well, no, yeah, absolutely, because Bucky, in fact, in the second episode, says that Isaiah says that he kicked his ass because he was fighting then. He was actually in a war.
But I wonder if though Hydra at this point had taken over, and when the serum was lost and all that stuff because the guy and all that crap. I wonder if that's why the guy went. I don't want to go with this, but I wouldn't doubt it. The Hydra was working on it, and that's why they're experimenting back in World War II. Or actually, it was actually wasn't it Vietnam? Or what year? Where was it? It was the 60s, wasn't it?
I believe for him it was
Isaiah's. Yeah,
it was Vietnam.
So of course they were trying to recreate it, and using Shield, probably.
Yeah. You know what? Talking about Madam Hydra, it has been 5 years, so maybe in that time, Hydra
was she part of the blip?
No. I bet she was still around, because someone has to bring back the heads.
Wait. What if he was working for her? Because remember, they never said who the person was. Did they say who the guy was in was it Murad? Whatever. What's her name is at Sharon Carter's at that place. Remember the guy, or apparently the scientist was working for someone. Maybe he was working for her.
No, that guy was working for the power broker.
We don't know who the power broker is.
That's true. Isaiah was the Korean War.
War. Sorry.
Apologies.
There's too many wars.
Too many wars. That's right. That's right. There are too many wars. I think that's about it. Personally, I actually did like this episode. It is a lot like the first episode in very little action in comparison to a lot of personal development.
Yeah, it did, because it started off with action right away, and then it went to basically hanging out with Sam's sister.
Yeah.
It just felt kind of weird. I was like they're bonding again. It's like,
yeah, no, I like it.
It just felt kind of like CW. Like, let's go work on a boat and play some music in the background.
No, because the CW relies on that, period. These shows do not, and they haven't. I mean, they
yes.
No. We watch CW every single week on this channel.
Hold on.
And
you can always click on these comments too to show everybody else if you want to on your screen, instead of me just reading them off randomly. Well, helps for replay value. Speaking of working for someone, Sharon called the French guy who later showed up to work with Carly. Dun dun.
Yes.
Dun.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the CW. Go ahead. You want to address your comment? Because I want to address the one after that.
Address her comment? Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. And so Sam is looks like he could be in trouble. And I'm thinking that maybe now this is just a chance because she helps arrange it. Maybe that Sharon Carter is the power broker.
Mm-hmm.
She gone bad. And you can go ahead. I know the comment you want to read.
The CW is so bad, it's good. This is just meh. Too bad.
I disagree. The show has gotten better and better. It is solid.
I've liked it all the way through. I've never had a bad episode. I can't really rank them.
Really?
Yeah, I like them all equally.
I have to agree.
Because I like them for different aspects.
Yeah. And you know what? It's such a short series in comparison to like WandaVision. Fairly easy to.
It feels like the first season of Walking Dead. You're just kind of irritated. You're only getting 6 episodes.
Yep, and I don't know what this is leading to. That's an important thing that we haven't thought about. On the Marvel Universe slate, we have all kinds of things coming out. We have Shang-Chi, we have the Eternals, we have the next Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. But I don't know what these basically mundane heroes have next. And that's an important thing to consider.
Well, Bucky's gonna get married probably, have some kids, you know. Sam's gonna have the shield for a while.
I don't think Bucky's going to get married and have kids. I think maybe there won't be another season of
You don't know. I think Bucky's gonna go back and talk to the old man, and then he's gonna hit up the bartender.
Well, we will have to wait and see about that. I personally think that maybe there won't be another season of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe the next season will be Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
It's gonna be Falcon America.
No, he's going to be Captain America.
Abbreviate it, F America.
No. Oh, no. I didn't even think about that. That won't be good. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. I think we have gotten our thoughts out and we have recapped everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think to the letter. Make sure to leave a comment if you're watching this after we have streamed. We want to know what you think about this series, what you thought about the episode, and what do you think is next for the Marvel universe of these mundane kind of heroes, lower street level, the kind Dalton doesn't care for. Yeah. And also make sure you're liking these videos. We want to make sure that we know exactly how you feel. And one last thing, make sure you're subscribed so that way you can have more content like this. All right, so speaking for the real Dr. Venkman right here and myself, thank you so much for watching, and bye!
Bye, Marania. Bye, Snatch. Bye, anybody else is watching.